guys, how are you doing? It's Catherine and it is day 13 of Designer December. So we've been adding images each day to the interior designer in tangent templates. So let's go and take a look at which ones we have today. So I'm going to open up images. And today we've just got a really cute one for you. It is robots and monsters. So I don't know if your family is at all like mine, but one thing my kids love doing is playing Among Us. Obviously, Among Us is copyrighted, trademarked. You can't use Among Us characters, and I would stay away from anything like look sus or any of the sort of trademark slogans that are associated with Among Us. But I feel that a whole zeitgeist can be sort of captured in cute sci-fi, spacemen, just anything to do with like rockets, space, all of that kind of thing. So we worked with an artist and commissioned some little space monsters and robots. These characters are really, really fun because you can use them for all kinds of interiors. You can use them for sort of cute grown-up or teenage interiors, and they are perfect for kids' pages, especially games. Like you can add these to represent the characters in different games. There's all kinds of things you can do with them. So this is what they look like. They're really cute. You can make them huge. You can have a whole page with a character in, or you can make them just a little tiny icon in a corner or at the bottom. It's totally up to you how you use these. Let's have a look at some example pages that I made using these characters. So you guys, you know by now that I'm a big fan of these mood trackers. This is a really cool way to just I used one of these images in a mood tracker. It's like a little robot flying through space, looking at all the planets and stars. And how I built this, I actually used several of the folders of images. So the planets came from here. There's a bunch of really cool planets there. And these are great for coloring. Like I know a lot of you are saying, well, I want to make my journal pages colorable. These are great. Just add a bunch of these to your page and they're really fun to color. I also threw in a few stars. There's a folder of stars here that are really pretty. And then I used this character, and the mood key came from the emojis that we added a few days ago. So there were the emojis. I put those in there. And of course you can change the colors on these. You can make them black. You can make them, I think I have a sort of mid-gray on all of these, because I kind of like the way it looks in a coloring book, but you could just make them all black as well and have the lines really black. What I do when I'm building something like this, I just tend to draw. In fact, I'll show you. Let me go back to my pages and I'll start a new page there. So what I tend to do if I'm putting a lot of something on a page is I'll probably just go back and forth with the planets. If you see there, it keeps the current folder that you're working in under the images space there. So you can just grab a whole bunch of different images that you like of planets. There's a few. So then what I do is I'll select them all, and then I do this stack elements top to bottom, update, and boom, there they are. You can just drag them around the page, resize them, rotate them a little bit, and so on. And then you can just go and get your little character there. Or which was the one I grabbed? I grabbed this guy here. So you can put them in there. And also you can mirror them. You can rotate them. There's a lot of different ways you can lay these out. So the idea is that your pages will look unique. Your ideas are unique. You can create these mood trackers, which go really, really well in a sort of teenage journal, a bullet journal, or even something for sort of more fun-loving grown-ups. You could do something with this. So that's one example, is the mood tracker like that. Another fun design I created here, I used the houses. So we have a folder of images back here that has houses that you can put a layout of different houses on there. So I grabbed that one, I put the house layout here, and this is basically a page for kids if you're trying to get them to help you around the house. So the way you'd use this is you'd write the chores they have to do here in the checklist. Then you can write some rewards, like, okay, if you do all your chores, we'll go and get ice cream, or I'll buy you a cupcake, or whatever it is you want to reward kids with. I don't know why my brain always goes to food, but yeah, food's a good reward. But you could write whatever the rewards are in there. You can also, I just put a helpful hint in there, but of course you can use these layouts however you like. This is just one idea I had. And then I put a week tracker there. And the idea of it is that the kids write the chores they have to do every day. And each day when they do the chores and they've finished their list, so it kind of does have that Among Us feel. If any of you have played Among Us, you'll know that what you do is you pretty much have a list of chores to carry out around your spaceship. So you'd finish your chores, you'd colour in these spaces when you've done them, and then at the end of the week, great, you're done, you can go get your reward. So it's a fun sort of approach to cleaning your house. It kind of gamifies it a bit. And guys, gamify everything. It's a great way to create books. People love gamification. Anything that has sort of tasks, rewards, I don't know, forfeits, goals, quests, side quests, all of that kind of fun thing. People are really into that in their journals at the moment. Like, instead of saying you have tasks to do, tell people they have a quest to go on or a mission to go on or something like that. That's a really fun way to create journals at the moment. Another example I made with these little monsters, I did a Valentine's page. So this is just a sort of fun design. I mixed up some images from the hearts folder. If we go there, you can see there's all these different hearts that look really cute. You can mix and match them and sort of put them around. I don't know, I can make that small, put it up there. So I was playing with these hearts, and I also used some of the postage images. So wow, this was back on day 2. We added all these postal images. There's envelopes, there's postcards, there's all kinds of sort of stamps and postmarks, things like that you could use on here. And I thought it just had a really fun vibe of mixing up the postal images with the monsters and with the hearts to create a sort of Valentine's Day page. And also, of course, I've used the handwriting paper here so kids can trace over the writing or copy the writing. And that's a really fun thing you can do with handwriting as well. I mentioned at the beginning of this video that you can use the characters as players in a game. So I did that actually using the chess pages. So that's a fun thing you can do, is actually create a chess or another sort of scoring system for games using these characters and have them represent the characters. You can even do really fun things like, I don't know, like a building challenge if kids like to build on a video game or with Lego or something like that. Maybe you can make pages where they can put pictures of their builds or information about their builds, and you can put their character beside it so kids could sort of challenge each other like that. I think this is just a really fun way to create a journal for kids using little characters to represent the different kids. And then one more simple design, I used the yearly tracker. So the idea with this is that we've talked about these yearly trackers quite a lot, that kids can colour in these stars to mean different things. And with kids, I mean, with adults, a lot of the time people like to do mood trackers to track what kind of day they had, how they were feeling each day. So in those cases, you'd put your mood in there. But I feel like with kids don't always think about mood so much. They're not so hung up on mood necessarily. But what they might like to track is what they did on a particular day. Like maybe played with friends or visited somewhere cool or went on a particular video game. So kids could write that down here, and then each day when they do that awesome thing, they can colour in a circle to think about that. So they can look back and go, whoa, I spent a lot of January hanging out with my friends or going to the park, or I don't know what you can do. We're still kind of in lockdown here in California, so I'm not sure what you can do, but you can put any sort of special thing that kids like doing. Maybe it's because they like baking cookies, and each day they bake cookies, they could sort of colour in a circle. So lots of ways to use that. So today, day 13, we have added characters. We added robots and monsters, and you can use them on all your designs for your books. I think they really capture the imagination. There's a lot of really creative ways to use them. Oh, and let me show you a quick shortcut. This key here, I actually used one of the ratings images. So we put all these ratings images here. If you want to do marks out of 5 for something, you can just grab one of these sets of images. What I did, I actually used a ratings image and I just turned it around like that. So that's a different one I used there. But that's how I did the stars. So I just grabbed the stars from ratings and flipped them around using the rotate handle there. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed day 13. We will be back with day 14. We are doing this all the way up till Christmas. So loads and loads of images going into this interior designer. We're planning them all to make it as useful as it possibly can be for you. So you can create all kinds of planners, journals, review books, guidebooks, like all kinds of things, handwriting paper, educational books, everything. The plan is that you can create anything you want with tangent templates. So thanks for all the suggestions. Thanks for all the questions you're sending us. We're loving that you're having so much fun with this tool. You're enjoying making some really creative books. And we will be back tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Bye.